Krishna Lila Katane Sudaksham Audārya Madhurya Gunais Chittam Varam Varenyam Sucham Mahantam Narayanam Tam Sirasa Namami Hridandi Nam Bhakta Shiromanim Cha Sri Krishna Pada Devtaika Chaitanya Lila Amrita Sara Sara Narayanam Tvam Satatam Prapadye Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Sri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Let me offer millions of Gurudev, Panu, Guru Varga, Namanishta Santan, Vipavishankara, and all present, past, future, Vaishnava, Katha, Dandavat, Pranam. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaeva patitanam pavane Vaishnavebhyo namo namo. So today is Saturday. Seven. So 7th. Then 10th is Tuesday, October. Indira Ekadashi. Then 14th is New Moon Day. So then Akash Deepdan begins October 18th. Now for till 30th Kartik, 1 month. 30th Ashwin. Kartik. 1 month. Then 24th is Vijayadashmi, Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra, Shubha Vijaya Mahosava. Then 25th is Papankush Ekadasi. 26th is Dwadasi, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj, disappearance day. And people who begin Dwadasi Kartik, then they start 26. But we do 28, Purnima. This is Sharadiya Rasayatra. Then Kartik Vrata, Damodar Vrata, Vrudya Vrata, Niyam Seva, they all begin. Disappearance of Murari Gupta, like that. 28th October, Saturday, Purnima. Like that it goes on for a month. Then hopefully we will continue every day that month. Now, Kamala Indira Ekadashi, Tuesday. Mostly everywhere is actually on Tuesday, I think, this time. So, of course, all Ekadashis are important. Just reminding. There is one pastime in this Ekadashi. Lord Krishna telling Yudhishthira Maharaj. One time, He is telling in Satyuga, there was a Mahishmati kingdom. There was a king called Indra. He was a very powerful king. He was very religious. He was very happy. He had all the wealth, grains. He had a son, grandchildren like that. He was very happily spending his time. He was a Vishnu Bhakti. All right. Always chanting Govinda Nama. Huh? Then one day, when he was resting nicely, peacefully, Narad Muni happened to descend. He came. Seeing Narad Muni, immediately got up and then put him in a nice seat, and then, all these Shodasopachar, meaning 16 type of worship. Padya, Argya, Achaman, Arati, Mala, giving flower garland. So he worshipped him. Then he put him on a nice seat, then putting his, oh, Narmani, by your coming here, by your darshan, I got the fruit of so many doing yajnas, so many yajnas. So please, what is the reason he came here? You don't come without any reason. If there is any reason, please share with us. Help. Then Nazmuni is telling the reason he came was, oh, king, there is one amazing thing. You should hear about it. One time I went to the Yamalok, Yama, god of death. Okay. There are so many stories we have gone there, come back. Okay. So it's not a grandmother story. Okay, really exists, and it has been verified what scripture is telling, especially Garuda Puran, and then people experience going there and coming back and narrating. You can make a movie. It will be very nice, So when he went there, Yamaraj, welcomed Narad Muni, and then so much, he took care of. Yes. Then in the assembly of Yamaraj, he saw there were very religious followers, all these things. But because they have done some angahani, meaning some fault, because of that fault, they were worshipping the Agni. In that, your father was there. So your king, your father has sent a message through me to you. Please listen very carefully. He said, the king of Mahishpati, Indra is my son. O Narada, please tell him. I have done something sinful thing in my previous life. So because of that, I have to stay in Yamalok. Please tell him, you do, my son, Indra do Ekadashi, or this, this Indira Ekadashi, which can destroy all sins. By this effect of that Ekadashi, I will enter Vaikuntha. please request my son to do. Then in the same, when he heard, he was also amazing. Father, so wonderful. Father Yamalok, oh no, I must do something to my father. So he is asking Narmani, huh? What is this vidhi? How to do this Ekadashi Vrata, Indira Vrata? Huh? And then Navrushi is telling, O king, this Ashwini Mas, this month, right? Ashwini, Krishna Paksha, Dashmi day, Shraddha Purvak he takes Snan, then in afternoon he take a bath, then night you lie down on the land. Next day following on the Ekadasi day, he without any food, you have to follow that. You pray, O Pundarikaksha, O Achyuta, this surrendered soul and this surrendered devotee have mercy. Then you worship Saligram Puja, all that, with the intention of offering this to your father. Then next day, Dwasi day, after worshipping Govinda and Brahmana, feeding everyone, then you should take Mahaprasad yourself. So king, if you do this properly, then your Pitashri, your father, he will go from Yamalok to the Vaikuntha. So, hearing this, giving this instruction, Nardmani disappeared. So, Indra Sen, with all his children, everybody, with a devotion, he followed this Indira Ekadasi. And then at that time, from heavenly planets, all the flower fell on it. His father entered Vishnu Loka. Afterwards, Indrasen also giving up the kingdom to his children, son. He also went back to Vaikuntha. So, see, this is amazing pastime, just by following Ekadasi. His father, who was in the hellish planet, went to Vaikuntha. So, like I was telling, in this world, people are suffering, so much suffering. And Krishna made so easy, just fasting on the day of Ekadasi, twice a week, is scientific, which is essential for cleansing. So easily, to obtain Vishnu Loka, Of course, to go to Golok Vrindavan, you need relation with Krishna, Sambandha Jnana. So, even Vaikuntha is amazing, we should know. So, for that, if you look at in the Bhagavatamrta, Gopakumara, this is amazing story of Vaikuntha. Where uh, Gopakumara is in, uh, he went to the Tapoloka, Janaloka, then crossed this beyond this 8 layers. Then he was in this place, huh? uh, liberation, Lord, abode of liberation. Hmm? But he was not happy there. Like we remember, we were telling, where in the abode of liberation, neither you are dead nor alive. Okay, you are merging. So, and he was not happy. So he felt, no, I should go back to Brajabhumi. When he was thinking like this, Gopakumara, then what happened? He heard a very beautiful sound. He was thrilled to hear this sound because nothing else he was hearing. And then he looked around and saw a completely extraordinary person sitting on a bull and descending from a higher realm. Huh? Coming on a bull. Who will be? Lord Shiva. So, that three-eyed personality was as white as camphor and clad only in the uh, directions. Charming and adorned with a half moon on his forehead. See, Gopakumar is describing half moon. Huh? Forehead. He looked beautiful and matted locks washed by Ganga water. His body was coated with ashes. He sported an enchanting garlands of bones, and he was carrying a trident in his hand. Sitting on his lap was a woman of golden complexion, who was satisfied with his affection. That great personality was surrounded by suitable attendants who were serving him with celestial umbrellas, chamras, and other items that were even more divine than that of heaven. These servants, whose forms and actions were most enchanting, were perfectly suited to their master. Lord Shiva. Seeing him, I was astonished and elated, and I thought, who is this personality coming from the abode of liberation and surrounded by such an entourage? His distinctive opulence far surpassed anything of this world. Although he is far superior to all liberated souls at the same time, he gave the impression of being a great uh, Dhanist who transgresses virtuous conduct. Seeing the husband of Gauri, my consciousness was overwhelmed with great bliss. I offered obeisances to him along with all his associates, and he cast his merciful glance upon me. Feeling supreme joy, I approached and specifically inquired about him from the leader of his associate, Sriman Nandishwara. He talked to Nandishwara. So Nandi laughed and told him, "Oh, coward boy, you are devoted to the worship of Gopala. You don't know that this is Jagadishwara Lord Shiva, the Lord of the universe. He is the giver of both material pleasure and liberation, and he increases the devotee's love for Bhagavan. He is worshipable by all liberated souls and is very dear to the Vaishnava." So, when bhakti is performed with the perspective that Lord Shiva and Sri Krishna are non-different, one attains that abode Shivaloka, which perfectly corresponds to Lord Shiva. Now captivated by the devotion of his friend Kubera for him, Lord Shiva left this abode with his beloved Parvati and some of his followers. He is traveling to Mount Kailasha to increase its beauty with his presence. So he is telling from Shivaloka is going to the Mount Kailash. Huh? Then Gopakumara is asking, I was extremely pleased to hear Nandishvara's words. When I understood that Shiva and Krishna are non-different, I began to desire to obtain some special mercy from Maheshwara that I could perceive and experience. The omniscient Bhagavan Sri Mahadev understood my intention and ordered Sri Nandishvara to instruct me. By Nandishvara's pure guidance, the truth of oneness easily manifested in my heart. Then I could understand that this Sri Maheshwara is non-different from Sri Madanagopala, the worshipable deity of my very life, and he alone causes all devotees to increase their devotion to the Lord. I cheerfully joined Sri Shiva's followers who increased my pleasure even more. Then I heard an extraordinary account from the bull named Sri Nandi, Lord Shiva's carrier. This Bhagavan Sri Shiva exists eternally in one form and he always manifests in his beloved Shivaloka, where his unalloyed devotees who also reside there perpetually see him with great happiness. Sri Shiva is always personally engaged in an ongoing festival of dancing, singing and chanting the Lord's names. With his instructions, he makes his devotees happy, kindling their greed for devotional service to Sri Krishna, who is not different from himself. Although Sri Shiva is the Lord of the world, like a servant, he always lovingly worships the thousand-hooded Shesha, his beloved form of Bhagavan. Lord Shiva worships Shesha, Ananta Shesha. I became, that's why he carries all the snakes all around, I became most happy to learn that Shiva Loka is more special and more glorious than all other abodes. Still, I felt my heart was not full. At first, I could not discern even a trace of the reason for my discontent, but as soon as I reflected on it, everything immediately became clear by the influence of my service to the mantra that Sri Gurudeva had mercifully given me. Because he was chanting Gopal mantra continuously, things became clear to him. I was dissatisfied because I was not experiencing the glories and pastimes of the lotus feet of Sriman Madan Gopala. Having determined this, I explained to my mind, it is Sri Maheshwara himself who, having assumed some other form that is supremely attractive, is manifesting all those special varieties of pastimes. Seeing that my mind remained dissatisfied despite my instructions, I told it, O mind, although you are not able to experience the sweetness of the pastimes of Sri Madan Gopala, in his form as Sri Mahadeva, still by the mercy of Sri Mahadeva, your long cherished desire will soon be fulfilled. There is no doubt about this. He is telling his mind, don't worry, by the mercy of Lord Shiva, he will have the Gopal. So, mercy of Gopal. Then for some reason Shiva, Sri Shiva rested in the abode of liberation for a few moments. I also stood there near him and pacified my mind with these words of wisdom. Then, Bhagavan, greatly fortunate. Just then I heard the very sweet singing of some exalted personalities in the distance. We saw some other personalities coming down. Hearing the sound of that music, Maheshwara was plunged into an ocean of intense bliss. Maddened by the stirring of great love within himself, he spontaneously began to dance alone. Parvati Devi, crest jewel of chaste voice, and Nandi, along with other associates, increased the enthusiasm of their Lord by playing musical instruments, singing the names of the Lord, and so on. Then I saw that four attractive male persons had arrived there. They had four harems, and they were enchanting, bearing the beauty and sweetness of blossoming youth. Those Vaikuntha associates were themselves the ornaments of their ornaments, and the effulgence of their limbs was so brilliant that the associates of Shiva were concealed by it. Singing the super excellent glories of their Lord, they were submerged in the mellow of bliss. Um, then he is telling they are beyond the words to describe power of the word. Their clothes, ornaments were so beautiful as to steal your mind. Accompanying them were the four brothers, headed by Sanaka, whom I had previously seen in Tapaloka. As a natural result of their darshana, prema welled within me and captured my mind so completely that everything I held dear, internal or external, was thrust from my consciousness. After some time, I regained my composure. However, fearful and embarrassed, I did not deem myself fit to beg them for the rare boon of serving them. It is extremely difficult to fulfill the desire of being the servant of Bhagavan's personal associates. Because I was unable to pray for that position even in my mind, feelings of great wretchedness and humility filled my heart. In addition, the longing to attain this servitorship began to grow and torment my heart even more. I thought, if Sri Shiva gives me his mercy, maybe there is a chance that they will speak to me just once. Where do they reside? Who are they? Whoever they are, maybe they save me by their merciful side glance. How astonishing! Upon the embracing them, even Sri Rudra swooned in great love. See, Gopakumara is thinking like that. Four Vishnudutas along with four Kumaras came. Who are they? Where they are coming from? Because it's so beautiful. Then, knowing the disposition of my mind, Gopakumara's mind, Sri Uma Devi, who followed the heart of Lord Shiva, ordered Ganesha to say something to me. Then Ganesh said, these are the personal associates of Mahaprabhu. Because Gauri understood the mind of Gopakumara and he is telling. Ganesh also understood, he tells something. So Ganesh is telling, they are personal associates of Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, the Lord of Vaikuntha. They have received forms like his and have come here from Vaikuntha. Look, some of them are going to the small universe that is ruled by four-headed Brahma. Look over there. Others are going. He is showing how from Vaikuntha, some Vaikuntha associate going to different planets. Some are big, some are small, four-headed Brahma, some are 8, 16, like that. Eight-headed Brahma is twice as big as four-headed, like this. Double. Universe is also double. All this Ganesh is telling. Then, in this way, there are Brahma who possesses heads ranging from 16 all the way up to billions upon billions. Each Brahma dwelling in his proportionately large universe. Oh, highly fortunate one, just see these Vaikuntha associates. Their beauty enchants the eyes. They are entering those universes, manifesting garments, ornaments, and opulences suitable to the vastness of each universe. According to each universe, they are entering. They're matching their dress. Huh? Then Ganesha continued. The Vaikuntha associates of Sri Narayana are ardent lovers of devotion service, warding off dangers that impede devotion. They protect devotees who, at the time of death, utter with their tongues or hear with their ears even a semblance of the holy name of Sri Narayana, the master of Vaikuntha, under the guise of protecting those devotees who on their deathbed chant or hear the Lord's holy names. They wander everywhere at will to spread pure devotion to Sri Narayana. Why are they going? She is telling, Ganesh is telling. Why? Because some people who are dying in those planets, they are either chanting in a semblance, in a Abbas of the Naam, or they are hearing Abbas. Huh? Then to protect them personally, they are entering, they are going there. Remember in Bhagavatam, you know, Jamila, Narayana, at the end, was lost son named Narayan. No! The thing in his mind, Narayan. Immediately, four Vishnudutas came like this. So, like the Vaikuntha associate, the four Kumaras headed by Sanaka were the best of lifelong celibates, Naistika brahmacharis, and who are devotees, incarnations of Bhagavan, wander everywhere for the welfare of all. They also reside in Tapoloka, where they disseminate the pastimes of Bhagavan to nourish and protect the many brahmacharis there who appear harpened, unable to see Sriman Narayana. They stay in Tapoloka and preaches bhakti to those brahmacharis there. These four Kumaras are just coming from Vaikuntha, where they saw the all-attractive Sri Bhagavan, who is adorned with transcendental qualities, with their hearts overflowing with streams of joy that taunt the bliss of liberation. They are traveling with Bhagavan's personal associates. Now they are drinking the ambrosia of bhakti in the close association of devotees of Sri Hari. What more can I describe about Vaikuntha? It is eternally endowed with the ultimate limit of unlimited happiness and is perfect with corresponding opulence. The entire Vaikuntha is decorated with the various pastime places of the lotus feet of Sri Ramanatha, and it is easily attained by the Lord's loving devotees. However, those whose hearts are pierced by the thorn of the desire for Sayuja liberation, having been contaminated by an inclination towards monism, cannot imagine its glories even in their dreams. See, their monism meaning merging, the effulgence of the Lord like that, then he's saying this is their thing. They cannot imagine the glories of Vaikuntha. So if you receive the full mercy of my father, Ganesh is telling, to Gopakumara, my father, Lord Shiva, you will also hear the glories of the realm of Vaikuntha. Then you will directly experience them by going there. Then Gopakumara is telling, oh Brahmana, great desire to go to Vaikuntha. He is telling Brahmana, you remember that Brahmana, Gopakumara is, remember, he is explaining his experience to that Brahmana in Mathura, Govardhan. So, oh Brahmana, A great desire to go to Vaikuntha arose in me and drove me to dance uncontrollable on a stage of the waves of a boundless ocean of anxiety. When Lord Ganesh said, by mercy of Lord Shiva, you can go to Vaikuntha, you can hear. Then the desire came in, Gopakumar, to go to Vaikuntha. He's telling this Brahman. But thinking about it, I concluded I was unfit to reside in Vaikuntha. Overwhelmed by severe grief, I fell to the ground unconscious. He had a desire, but somehow he felt he is unfit. So he became unconscious. You know. So then what happened? The extremely merciful Sri Mahadeva, who cannot bear the distress of others and who is specially affectionate to the Vaishnava, then lifted me from the ground and consoled me with the following words. Then Lord Shiva lifted him, touched him, and is talking to Gopakumar. Oh, honorable Vaishnava, just like you, Parvati and I also desire to reside forever in. He understood his mind. That is mind, Gopakumara. Because he wanted to go to Vaikuntha, but he felt he is unfit, became unconscious. Lord Shiva understood, he is telling, I also like to reside there, but what to do? That realm is rarely attained. Indeed, even liberated souls always pray to go there. Brahma's sons like Bhrigu and other great sages, Brahma himself, and even I endeavor to attain it. Those pure-hearted persons with no material desire and who with great conviction adhere to Varnashrama Dharma achieve Bhagavan's mercy. When this mercy is multiplied 100 times, one attains the position of Brahma. Right? You attain a position of Brahma, this Brahmanda, when you do 100 times this Varnashram Dharma, 100 lives. When one receives 100 times more mercy than that, he obtains my position or Shiva Pada. And when one receives mercy that is again 100 times greater, only then can he proceed to the abode of Vaikuntha. So going to Vaikuntha is, much higher. Brahma, Shiva. But you, O son of a coward's man, from Govardhan are qualified to go to Vaikuntha because you are a devotee of the Lord of Mathura. A disciple of a Brahmana who cherishes unalloyed devotion to the Lord, and one who deeply attached to chanting the Lord's mantra. You are also a disciple of a Brahmana who is unalloyed devotion to the Lord, chanting the Lord's mantra. This is the realm of Saija Mukti. Lord Shiva is telling Gopakumara, one of the 4 kinds of liberation. Only those sannyasis whose hearts are steeped in the monistic sentiment of oneness with the Absolute attain this place. Their hearts, dried up by the fire of suffering in material existence, bereft of any ability to discriminate between what has value and what is worthless, they reach this abode of Saija. Ordered by Sri Krishna to conceal the path of loving devotion to his lotus feet. I have cast those sannyasis into an ocean of illusion and perplexity. Therefore, those eager to relish the bhakti rasa of blissfully worshipping Sri Bhagavan, avoid this abode, okay? You should also abandon this place, seeing it as an obstacle to your path. See, Lord Shiva himself is telling Gopakumara, don't stay here in this liberation, Saija Mukti place. Then Oh, Brahmana. A Brahmana. Huh? Ah. A Brahmana, also in the Bhagavad story, Bhagavatam. A Brahmana residing in Dwarka, desirous of the nectar of devotion to Sri Krishna, devised a clever scheme to retrieve his sons from this realm of liberation and bringing them back to Dwarka. See, he wanted his sons got stuck there, he wanted to bring them back. So, only by the mercy of a bona fide guru have you seen that indescribably beautiful form of Bhagavan here. Indeed, you should understand that the desire to see Sri Krishna that has blossomed in you is also the result of your Guru's mercy. Sri Gopakumara said, I was overjoyed to receive the mercy of Sri Shankara. At that point, I desired to speak to the Vaikuntha associate, but out of shyness, I could not. He got the mercy of Lord Shiva and he wanted to speak to the associates of Vaikuntha, but he was shy. Hearing the words of Lord Shiva, Bhagwan's eternal associate respectfully offered him obeisances and humbly began to speak. They also understood the mind of Gopakumara and also mind of Lord Shiva. So now they have started talking. Sri Bhagwan's personal associate said, Oh Bhagavan, there is no difference between the Lord of Vaikuntha and you, nor between Rama and Gauri. Vaikuntha associates are telling, non-different from Vaikuntha. And also Gauri is non-different from Rama. You and Gauri are fit to live in Vaikuntha, but because you are renowned as the most. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಏನ್ ಸಮಾಚಾರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಸಮೇತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನೋಡೋ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ಹೌದಾ ಓಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಓ ಮಗಳು ಮಗಳಾ ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತಮ್ಮ ಆಯ್ತು ರಾಧೆ ರಾಧೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಅಷ್ಟು 10 ಜನ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೌದಾ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಹೋಮ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಹಾ ಈಗ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹಾಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಹಾ ಆಯ್ತು ಅದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಒಂದು ಅರ್ಧ ಗಂಟೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೋಶಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಹಾ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಹಾ ಮಗಳ ಕೈಲಿ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ ಹಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಮ್ಮ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾ ಮಾಡು ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ನೀವು ಮಾಡಿ ಸರ್ ಹೌದಾ ಹೌದಾ ಆಯ್ತು 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 ನಾನು 6:30 ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತು ಸೊ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಭಿ ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಪ್ರಸಾದಂ ಫಾರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನಫ್ more only little they doing the day remaining having but make sure 10 people otherwise it will be keep one bucket separately or give them now so I'm sorry for this some guests keep coming. Gurudev is sending. So you see what is happening? The associates of Vaikuntha are speaking, and they are telling to Lord Shiva and Gauri, they are non-different. This is also same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. In the island of Srimantadipa, Srimantini. Gauri is telling, oh Lord, have mercy on me, you gave me service of chastising all these people. How long I can keep on? When will I remember? When will I do service to you? Then he is telling, You are my energy, Shakti. Without you, I cannot do any Leela. Be satisfied. Huh? And then she took the dust of Gaurang Mahaprabhu, put it on his, parting of the air, ladies. Huh? That's why it became Srimant Deepa. Huh? Srimant Deepa. So, but they are telling you and Gauri are fit to live in Vaikuntha because you are renowned as the most dear to the Lord of Vaikuntha and are exalted incarnate. So you are trying to doing service. That's why you are reciting. Nevertheless, by describing yourself as a fallen soul, as you just did, it's certainly natural for such an immensely beloved devotee of Bhagavan. The Lord Shiva Gauri is telling, most fallen, because of their humility. Because you are the perceiver and knower of the waves of Sri Krishna Bhakti Rasa, the Vaishnavas praise you. Therefore, your glories are superior to all other incarnations of Sri Bhagavan. Sri Gopakumara said, embarrassed to hear himself praised, Sri Shiva remained silent. Then Bhagavan's associates, who are the crushed jewels of well-wishers, embraced me and spoke. See, now they are, Lord Shiva became embarrassed because they are glorifying him. Now Vaikuntha associates embraced Gopakumara and they're speaking to him. That was his desire. They understood. So the personal associate of Sri Bhagavan said, O son of a Gopa, who is dear to Umapati, you worship our Lord by the transcendental mantra, Gopal mantra. And therefore we certainly count you as one of his devotees. You have received as your exalted Guru the incarnation of Sri Krishna named Jayanta. Now his Guru now and then coming and darshan and then appearing is an incarnate Sri Krishna named Jayanta. He is a high-class Mathura Brahmana, born on the bank of Ganga in Gauda Desha, Bengal. Know this truth. We have come here to the abode of liberation just for you. Because they understood he has come to liberation abode. Now, if you want to go to Vaikuntha, listen to what must be done. Renounce everything with deep love. Execute the 9 for Bhakti, Navavida Bhakti. The Vaikuntha associate directly telling this to Gopakumar. Devote yourself to Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures that teach loving devotion to the Lord. And regularly listen to the narrations of Sri Bhagavan's pastimes. When those descriptions enter the holes of your ears and you hear them with love, they will immediately bring you to the abode of Sri Bhagavan. Bhakti is the best of all means of spiritual attainment. Therefore, the abode of Vaikuntha, which is the best of all the goals of human life, can be obtained by simply following any one of the 9 processes of bhakti. Without consideration, Rasika devotees who are expert in discriminating between what is of substance and what is worthless regard as insignificant the entire corpus of great reward that are described except for the abode of Vaikuntha. See, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, these yoga, there's so many things. And Kumar has gone to those realms and he has seen it. So they are worthless. However, Rasika devotees happily execute the 9-fold process of bhakti to taste the wonderful varieties of the sweetness of bhakti rasa. Navavida bhakti. Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, Vandana, Pada, Sevana, Dasare, Atma Nivedana, Govinda Dasare. Still, by the faithful execution of any one aspect of the ninefold process of bhakti, pure love for the lotus feet of Sri Krishna automatically manifests in the heart. Even so, because any extraneous desire poses a great obstacle to attaining Vaikuntha, in order to remove the disease of material desire in the heart, it is necessary to perform that ninefold devotional process with a loving devotional mood. Although this bhakti can be obtained anywhere, wherever it is achieved becomes Vaikuntha, and the Lord is indeed present there. However, Sri Bhagavan is not directly visible in all those places. Therefore, devotees aspire for the abode of Vaikuntha. Besides Vaikuntha, no other place exhibits all the varieties of bhakti. Therefore, countless staunch devotees are resolutely performing such bhakti unhindered by impediments like material time. Specifically, do not think that bhakti is an endeavor of the dull senses, mind and body. See, they are describing bhakti, being eternal reality. Bhakti is eternal reality and concentrated bliss. Bhakti is beyond the modes of material nature and thus cannot be grasped by the material senses. That bhakti is singular in nature, but by the mercy of Sri Krishna, it manifests in numerous forms, such as Shravana, Kirtana, for the pleasure of the confidential devotees who are transcendental to the modes of nature. When the practitioner's heart is completely cleansed by the pure discrimination, the nine process of bhakti sport within that completely purified soul. Only then does he obtain the abode of Sri Hari, Vaikuntha Loka. If bhakti to the Lord were also to be an activity of the senses, like all other mundane activities, then it could not be the function of the soul. Alternatively, it may be said that if by knowledge the soul were to be cleansed of the entanglement of activities with the body and senses, then the nine processes of bhakti, like material activities, could not be function of the soul. This is because the process of bhakti, unlike material activities, is not rooted in the living being's false ego of being the doer. No? Bhakti mercifully sports on her own accord in the soul that is purified of the false ego of being the doer. Devotional service to Bhagavan is not an activity of the body and senses as are other activities. How can a soul go to Vaikuntha if he is bereft of any activity of devotion to the Lord? Without bhakti, such a person is fit only for liberation. Some people think that devotion to the Lord is also a karmic activity, like performing one's prescribed occupational duties. But this can never be so. This is an external conception, not based on the underlying truth of bhakti. Although the term deha, the body, is used to refer both to the bodies of devotees who reside in Vaikuntha and to bodies made of five material elements. Nevertheless, the first usage is transcendental and the second is material. Similarly, although bhakti is independent of karma, Nevertheless, due to an external perspective, it is sometimes regarded as karma. In Vaikuntha or anywhere else a devotee may reside. A suitable body manifests of his own accord. This body and its senses are comprised of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. Loving service to the Lord and to the Lord's devotees are both transcendental. Indeed, we eternal as residents of Vaikuntha are evidence of this. We wander everywhere freely to spread devotion in various ways, and we are never affected by material qualities or even touched by them. To arrange that neophyte engage in bhakti with complete satisfaction. Bhakti manifests simply as the activities of their own senses. Yeah, they're taking. However, great devotees who are fixed in bhakti do not consider devotional service to the subservient to their own power. Rather, they experience it as the supreme mercy of the Lord. Therefore, O Sri Gopakumara, if you desire to reach Vaikuntha, quickly, then they are telling, then quickly, then go to Sri Vrajabhumi. That land of Raja is excellent in fulfilling our desires. Upon reaching the land of Raja, practice pure bhakti that is devoid of jnana and karma with the hope of attaining the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavan. Do this, giving prominence to Nama Sankirtan. See, the associates of Vaikuntha are telling this to Gopakumara. Nama Sankirtan. Due to the influence of devotion in which Nama Sankirtan is prominent, the wealth of prema will arise in your heart very quickly, and by that power you will easily be able to see Krishna right in Vaikuntha. Now, see, this is a thing I am telling. Before, previously, Gopakumara has heard the following from the Yogendras of Tapoloka. See, one time, Gopakumara goes to Tapoloka. Tapoloka is within this Brahmanda. There, the Navayogendras, right? Um, he heard from them about the uh, smarana and all that. Among all types of bhakti, smarana, they are telling smarana rather than kirtan is the foremost. And it is the best of the most confidential means to attain pure love for the Lord. Their reasoning is that kirtana manifests only as a function of speech in one of the inert senses. Further, it manifests very easily and quickly. Therefore, it can only give a slight result. This is their explanation, their tapoloka, right? Sometimes some devotees also give, there is a misunderstanding. Sanatana Goswami said, Maran, remembering. No, that is not true. Of course, it's there in Bhagavatamrta, but you have to understand the context, otherwise you'll go wrong. So, the Yogendras, Navayogendras, Tapoloka, they explain this to Gopakumara. Now, because the Vaikuntha associate, they know this, maybe Gopakumara is confused. They are removing his doubt. Wait a minute, he said Smarana, now we are saying Kirtan. Why that? So, he's saying, Navayogendra said, nice. See, this is very important from the bhaktas, to us, or sadhakas. This is Navayogendra said in Tapoloka. What they said is, why they are arguing? Smarana, remembrance is best. On the other hand, Smarana is a function of the mind, which is the king of all the senses. Their argument. The turbulent, volatile mind is not easily restrained or withdrawn from sense objects. Therefore, Smarana Bhakti, which is accomplished by a mind that is purified only after tremendous endeavor and diligence, is superior to Kirtan. Particularly, that which is accomplished by subjugation of the mind must be the most excellent. Who can doubt this? See, this is the argument. Smaran is the function of mind. If mind can be subdued, then what is more? No? But actually, this is very, very important. You see how Vaikuntha associates their telling, their express their. However, in our opinion, Kirtan is superior to Smaran. See? Which manifests only in one's own heart via the restless mind. Ha ha. You see? Kirtana, on the other hand, manifests on the tongue and automatically connects with the mind. The sound of Kirtana then satisfies both one's own sense of hearing and that of other listeners. So, then when the faculty of speech, which drives the external and internal senses, speech, is brought under control, only then does the mind become steady. And only when the mind is steady can one remember Bhagavan. Therefore, Kirtana is favorable to remembrance. See? Kirtana is favorable to remembrance. And this remembrance is the fruit of the devotional service of Kirtana. See? So, Kirtana is the fruit of remembrance. If the functions of the senses, Sankirtan, glorification, sparshan, touching, darshana, seeing the deity, and so on, permeate the mind due to the force of dhyana, then certainly the superiority of meditation or kirtana can be accepted. But that practice which a devotee absorbed in transcendentally taste, thoroughly loves, and by which he derives his happiness in the topmost method for him, it is incumbent upon him to execute that practice with faith and respect. And such practice is his ultimate goal. Those who are saintly concur with this opinion. Sankirtana increases the bliss of dhyana, which in turn increases the bliss of the sweetness of kirtana. As they mutually nourish and amplify each other, we actually consider Sankirtan and Dhyana to be one. Dhyana is also pleasing like Sankirtan because one feels happiness in the experience of every single matter concerning one's beloved. And because one becomes peaceful when the mind is truly absorbed in anything related to him. For instance, a person suffering from fever gets relief from his thirst and experiences happiness merely by imagining himself drinking cool ambrosial water. Similarly, the performer of Sankirtan also receives happiness and peace from glorifying his cherished object. But although one can also attain happiness by performing Kirtana of one's beloved object, still it is not possible to express all one's sentiments through chanting out love. Even if that were possible by endeavor, there are so many confidential moods that saintly devotees may feel shy to sing about, even in a secluded place. Dhyana can also be accomplished in seclusion when one is alone. Sankirtan, however, can be performed successfully whether alone or in an assembly. Among different types of chanting or glorification, the Sankirtan of the names of Sri Krishna is prominent because his Nama Sankirtan is capable of generating the treasure of prema very quickly. Therefore, scholars have deemed Nama Sankirtan the most excellent process of bhakti. Who can describe the glories of the incomparable happiness that the tongue savors by constantly serving with heartfelt love the nectar of Sri Krishna's beloved names? Although all of Bhagavan's names are equally glorious, the desired goal is obtained quickly and easily by chanting the names of the Lord that one cherishes the most. People who are of different tastes first develop loving attachment for only one name among the many names of Bhagavan, but gradually they begin to cherish all his names. By manifesting on one sense organ, the tongue, the nectarian mellow of Bhagavan's name inundates all the senses with its sweetness. The name primarily appears in the sense of speech, the tongue. When it is glorified aloud with both the chanter and other, experience happiness. However, in dhyana, only the meditator benefits and receives pleasure. Therefore, Nam Sankirtan is certainly superior to meditation. Remember when we were discussing Haridas Thakur pastime, when he's disappearing, right? We were discussing this. He was talking to Brahmanas and then, they were having meditation and Sankirtan. Haridas Thakur, 100 times more benefit the Sankirtan, right? Nama Sankirtan is the best and most powerful method for obtaining the treasure of divine love for Sri Krishna because it is like a supremely magnetic mantra. Therefore, because Nam Sankirtan never fails to bestow the treasure of prema or love of Bhagavan, those who are expert in tasting the mellows of devotion, bhakti rasika, regard it as the fruit of bhakti. Some knowers of rasa consider Nama Sankirtan alone to be the embodiment and the most excellent symptom of Sri Krishna Prema. Because while observed in chanting the name of one's beloved Lord with an anxious, open heart, Prema automatically manifests in that Nama Sankirtan. Just as the Chataka bird calls out in grief in a cloudless rainy season, or Chakravaka, Purari bird, cries piteously at night in separation from her husband. So devotees perform Sankirtan of Sri Krishna's names when they are agitated by the distress of separation in love. Wonderful varieties of sweet Sankirtan manifest happiness through the amazing graces of the Lord, who is an ocean of wonderful varieties of ambrosial pastime. By one's own ಬಂದೆ ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ. ಹೌದಾ, ಆಯ್ತು, ನಾನು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಸರ್, ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ನೀವು ಬಂದಿರೋದು.
ನಮ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ.
ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು, ನಾನು ಮೇಲ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಜ್ಞ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು. ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು. ಒಳ್ಳೆದಾಗ್ಲಿ, ಮಂಗಳಂ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದಾ, ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಹೌದಾ? ಆಯ್ತು, ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಒಂದು 5 ನಿಮಿಷ. ಏನಮ್ಮ ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡು, ನೀನ್ ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀಯ. ಏನೋ ಆಯ್ತು, ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ? ಮಂಗಳವಾರ ಮಾಡಿ. ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಹೌದಾ? ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಆಯ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಆಯ್ತು, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ. ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬರ್ಣಿ. ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆಯ್ತು ಆಯ್ತು. ರಾಧೆ ರಾಧೆ ರಾಧೆ. ರಾಧೆ ರಾಧೆ. ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ದೂರ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಏನಪ್ಪ, ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಹತ್ಲಾ ಕಡೆ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ದೂರ ಇಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ತಾಯಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಮಾಡಮ್ಮ, ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಯ್ತು, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ ಚೇರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ರು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. So many guests I have to finish. Wonderful varieties of sweet Sankirtan manifest happiness through the amazing grace of the Lord, who is an ocean of wonderful varieties of social pastimes. By one's own endeavors, one can never achieve this happiness. So like this, the associates of Vaikuntha are describing the glories of Bhakti. So we will continue next time. Sorry for this. From the Bhagavatam. It's very nice. It's very relishing. The glories of pure Bhakti by their own description. So we will continue this. Sorry for the interruption. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So Tuesday is Ekadashi. Then Thursday we will continue. There is. So we will continue. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namaha. Dandavat pranam to everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hey, that's what.
Hare Krishna.